This is not even a sponsored post in any way, but I'm just so impressed with what they do, and I can't help but blow their horns. So welcome to my channel, guys. Hi, my name is Ijeoma, and this is EJ Uncut's channel. Today I'm going to talk about something that is a bit of my niche, but I think I was compelled to do this video because I feel like a lot of people need to see what can help them if they're on the journey of teaching their kids Igbo language. So my name is Ijeoma, like I said, and it's obvious that it's an Igbo name if you're in Nigeria or from Nigeria or very familiar with Nigerian names. And one of the things that a lot of us have faced is that some people are, you know, raised without the language. That's not even what I'm going to talk about today, but there are some people who are victims of being raised with mostly English language, and Igbo language or their native language was kind of secondary. So I fall under the victim of those who, you know, who grew up understanding the language very well, learning it formally for some time, but speaking was a problem. And so at some point in my life, I had decided to force myself to speak, make all the mistakes that I need to make, and then get better as I make more mistakes. And so I had kids, and I decided that I needed my kids to also learn some Igbo formally. Most of the time we don't learn it formally. We mostly learn it, you know, from the normal day-to-day in our families, in our homes, and, you know, within the communities. But the formal language that's usually learned in Nigeria is English. So at some point I think in the 90s and 2000s, they had to incorporate Nigerian languages, the three most common Nigerian languages in some schools, but not everywhere in Nigeria. And I happen to be someone who learned Igbo language formally for a while. But then speaking also, you know, there's a difference between, you know, expressive language, which is speaking and all of that, and receptive, where you understand the language and then you can take instructions in the language. However, I'm here to tell you my top 4 Igbo language channels on Igbo that you as an adult can watch, and very awesome and beautiful for children. So without further ado, I'll go to number 4. So for number 4, I'll call the Babando channel. Babando means star. Babando is the name of their channel, and most times when the video starts, it starts with Babando, and it's fun. The concept of it all, it's music incorporated, and they're able to teach some of the numbers, the alphabet, some, you know, basic things with some really funny animations and all of that. But kudos, A for effort. My kids, whenever they watch it, they're really excited. The music also helps them to understand also the beauty of the Igbo tone, the beauty of the Igbo music, the Igbo cultural music and all of that. And yeah, I'm not even going to talk too much about that, but yeah, that's like my 4th. So number 3, I will call Learn Igbo Now with Yvonne Mbanefo. So I came across that one. She doesn't do a lot of music. She doesn't incorporate music in, that's the difference between her and Mamando. So Mamando does a lot of music, Igbo tunes, Igbo rhymes, and all of that. And Yvonne just gives you, like, it's just like an English teacher in class, but in Igbo. And so she helps you out with words, learning words, names of animals, colors, things, conversations, simple conversations, dialogue, and all of those things. She will help you with all of that, and she has so many videos of so many things that you can learn. So if you're interested in learning words, it's not just, you know, hearing the tones. She will also explain to you the reason behind certain words and why they're called that, comparisons with different dialects and all of that. The only thing I don't like about her videos is that she focuses a lot on English, and if you're trying to teach someone a language, you focus more on the language you're teaching them. So if, for example, you're teaching somebody, maybe that person speaks English as their primary language, and you're trying to teach them Igbo, don't focus too much on, you want to say Iko is for cup, Iko, cup. No, just say the cup once, and then focus more on the language that they are wanting to learn, because anything that has to do with language learning, frequency and repetition is the game. So yeah, but she does a really good job. That's the only thing I don't like about it. So my number 2, I think I would have said 5. I'm also going to give you my number 5, but number 2, I would say EJ the World Traveler. EJ the World Traveler, I'm kind of biased because EJ is my name, And so EJ the world traveler is not even interested so much in teaching you the language. It's like a mini show that's in Igbo, and it's cartoon. And so these kids just sit down and watch. Even you as an adult, yes, there are subtitles, but when your child watches it, even when they don't know how to read, so they can't even read the subtitles, but they sit down and watch. But what happens, the trick is that they're learning the tone, because Igbo language is so tonal that you might say one thing. There are two things that have the same word, the same meaning, no, the same word, the same spelling, but it's the way you pronounce it, that word, that you can tell what you're talking about. I'm going to give an example. Let's say you want to say AKWA. So AKWA, I don't want to say it, but if you're pronouncing it with English, you're going to say aqua, like water, aqua. But if I tell you that word means 4 or 5 different things, depending on how you pronounce it. So aqua in Igbo is clothes, material, fabric. Aqua is egg. Aqua is, I think, bed. Aqua is tears or crying. No, crying, like iba aqua. Yeah, so I've called aqua. Same spelling, but so you get what I mean. So Igbo language, when you get to hear the dialogue with it, then you can understand the flow of the tone when it comes to Igbo language. And that's what Igbo the language, not Igbo now, EJ the world traveler. And EJ the world traveler also focuses on telling some little stories about the culture, the kids asking their parents some questions, and their grandparents also talking to them about certain things. And even you as an adult, when you're watching it, you're kind of what's the word I'll use now? You're kind of impressed with the concept of it all. And at the end of each video, there's usually a mini test where the creator of the channel, whatever, the content person, asks questions, introduces the words of the day, and blah 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 blah. So kudos to EJ, if the owner of the content is Ijoma. Yeah, kudos to you. My number 1 is Mmụta Dị Ụtọ. That channel is giving me life. Mmụta Dị Ụtọ means, if you want to directly translate it, Mmụta Dị Ụtọ is learning is sweet. But then I would say more, as it's not food, learning is fun. That channel gives me life. And I started watching that channel when it was just this guy that was teaching and all of that. And when they also started slowly incorporating animation and music. Now, whenever we play Mmụta Dị Ụtọ in my home, everyone is dancing. My kids are dancing, I'm dancing, my husband is dancing, everyone is dancing. And then the words, the way everything, numbers, stories, words, parts of the body, like so much. And I am so happy that they're also able to market some of their other products through their channels. And it's awesome. It is awesome. Igbo, Biko, Nyere Haka, watch them, support them, do anything you can do to support them, even if it's sharing. Not just them, all of them that I've just called. And this is not even a sponsored post in any way, but I'm just so impressed with what they do, and I can't help but blow their horns. So I said I was going to talk about number 5. I think my number 5 is, I don't know the name of the channel, but there's this lady called Teacher Princess. I think it's Learn Igbo with Teacher Princess or something. I can't even remember the name of the channel, but she also does a great job at teaching as well. So if you have any other Igbo content creators where they teach Igbo, especially where kids can also sit and watch them, please put it in the comment section. And if this video and every other thing on my channel resonates with you, please hit me with a subscribe and share this content. Click the notification bell so you can, you won't miss whenever I post any content. So until I come your way next time, bye.